everyone, I'm Evelyn. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building the other one of the home businesses that I talked about in the last video. You can probably recognize the house on the left because that was the last build that was up on the channel. This is also one that I built on stream, so if you haven't, I gotta say it every time, okay? I'm sorry, but I have to. If you haven't heard already, or if you didn't know, whatever, however you say that, I do stream over on Twitch whenever possible, and you can find a link to my Twitch channel in the description through my link tree, so if you're interested in hanging out with us, you know, that's where you'll find me a couple of times a week when I can find the time, because sometimes it's a little bit, you know, hard to fit everything into my plans. Also, because, you know, there's a new pack coming out next week. Like, how do I go about that with streaming? I don't really know. We'll figure it out, right? Okay. Also, I believe I've said this in the last video too, but there's still a giveaway running on the channel. So if you want to know or to learn how you can join the giveaway, go back and watch the last video that I did, the single mom home business, the single mom cat cafe home business, because I explain how you can join in that video. And yes, it does include the new pack as well, so if you really want your hands on it for free as well, if I may add, definitely go check out the or go listen to the instructions, because I don't want to go through it in this video. But the giveaway is still running until Sunday, so yeah, Sunday? Yes, this Sunday, so I don't know what date that is, but on Sunday. I don't even know when this video is going up. I think Thursday. Hello. Anyway, so today we are building, like I said, the other house. This is also a home business, but it does have an apartment, a flat, whatever you want to call that, on the second story, and it's for a grandma. So initially I wanted to make this for, so like one house would be for a single mom and their kid, and the other house would be for another single parent. At least I was hoping to make it for a single mom and their kid, but then I felt like doing two single mom houses in a row might have been a little bit too much, like overdoing it just a little bit. So I thought maybe I should change it to a single dad's house. And then I was like, this house is too small. I cannot fit in 2 bedrooms. I can barely fit in 1 bedroom. I mean, it's fine, but there's no room for a kotatsu, for example. It's a very small apartment. So I decided instead, I was telling chat that maybe we could turn it into a grandma's home business instead. So their daughter is probably the single mom living in the apartment next to them, so that means that their grandkid is also living there. And I feel like that's kind of cute. Like, they have supportive businesses, or they're supporting each other is what I mean to say. And they just live close to each, well, they're neighbors essentially, and they probably eat with each other quite often. I imagine the grandma going over there, because she probably closes her shop before the others do, before the cat cafe is closed. So she prepares dinner for them or something, and once the kid is home from school and the mom is done working in the cafe, they can sit up there under the kotatsu and eat together. I don't know, I feel like that's cozy, I feel like that's cute. So we just have this like little tight-knit family right here with 3 very strong women as well, because yes, I did mainly build this for 3 women, so 2 women and a girl, I suppose I should say. But again, as with all my builds, of course, you can make this for just about anyone if you want to. It's just when I decorate, I like to have a certain kind of sim in mind, so you know, but you know, it all depends on your sim and what you kind of envision for them and stuff, and you're completely welcome to redecorate these apartments and the cafes and the business downstairs as well if you want to. As always, this is just how I did it. But I also know that a lot of people actually download houses from the gallery and then choose to place them down unfurnished, because I know that exteriors tend to be a little bit more difficult to do than interiors. I don't know, I feel like in general, that's the general consensus. Is that how you say that? I feel like I just used a word that I feel like sounds fancy, but I'm not really sure if I used it the right way. So anyway, you probably get my point. But yeah, as always, you're welcome to download these houses and just redecorate them to your liking and everything. It's completely okay with me. I mean, I'm not gonna gatekeep my builds or anything. I don't know, am I even using that word right? Let's move on. So we are decorating her little apartment now, her very, very small apartment. I mean, I could have tried to fit in another bedroom, but it would have been like a 2x2, so it would have been for a toddler, and then I would have had issues because there's no room for a bathtub, and you kind of need a bathtub if you have a toddler living in the house. So I felt like it was just best for a grandma, and it just made sense as well. For some reason, it just made sense. But the whole idea with having two single moms living next to each other, maybe they're like best friends or something. Maybe they bonded after they moved in next to each other and they've just become best friends or something. And their kids kind of, we had this talk on stream as well, where basically we came to the conclusion that the kids also were best friends. They probably went to class with each other, and they would do like Morse code knocking on the walls so they could stay in contact when they went to bed and stuff. And I feel like that's so cute. Instead of sending messages over like a clothesline, or I don't know, crawling to the other window by crawling through. I read too many books. I read too many books, like Neighboring Kids, where they basically go to the other house in the middle of the night by either climbing over through a tree or whatever. I've read too many books. It's fine. But, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, that could happen in The Sims. I mean, they can't climb trees, but you get the point. Like, it could happen in The Sims too. Visiting each other, it's cute. So anyway, but they were supposed to have that kind of relationship. I just couldn't fit in another bedroom. But the idea is still cute, right? So I also want to talk a little bit about the game pack that was announced, I think, Tuesday. I mean, it was kind of leaked at some point. I don't remember when. Was it last week? I really don't remember, but the trailer came out Tuesday. I didn't do a trailer reaction because I had to help my mom go grocery shopping. I was supposed to, but I came home so late that by the time I was getting ready to record, I'd seen everything on Twitter already, so it wouldn't really have been a proper reaction in any way, because people were tweeting like crazy. So I just kind of said like, okay, well, that's that. We'll do one for the next trailer, I suppose. But I really had to help my mom. She's had heart surgery she's had heart surgery, so she's also okay, by the way, just want to say, but she's having some vision issues, so she can't drive, and I have her car currently, so I had to help her go grocery shopping, because sometimes you just need to drive there, especially if you're buying a lot of things, and that's just how it is. So I helped her instead of making a trailer reaction, but I do want to talk a little bit about the pack anyway. I think it comes out this upcoming week. Yeah, so we're going to do some wedding-inspired builds, apparently. I think, as far as I've gathered from whatever people have written on Twitter or just on my Discord server, by the way, if you haven't joined, there's always a link at the top of the description box. I just want to point that out. I feel like I haven't said that for a long time, but it's always there. But as far as I've gathered, there's a new world, and as far as I could see in the trailer, it also looks gorgeous. Plus, I believe that it's both a vacation world, but also you can live in it. So that is pretty cool. I don't know how many lots. I'm kind of wondering how many lots would be included in that, if it could be both, because like otherwise, if we end up with like 5 lots, you know, it's kind of difficult to make it a proper vacation world, but also residential world, because you do want neighbors, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like you can't just have if it's like 5 lots total. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain this. If it's 5 lots total, say that 2 of them are vacation houses, suddenly you only have, and then you also need some wedding lots there too, I suppose, like parks, or maybe there's a new lot type incoming. I don't really know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna have some fun with it. My point with the world was, it looks beautiful. I want to see how many lots are in the world, but I'm expecting it to be not a big world. I'm expecting it to be maybe like a medium-sized world. So it's not going to be the same size as Forgotten Hollow, for example, but it's not going to be as big as what's a big world. Not Henford, but Windenburg is a big world. Henford is a little bit between medium and big, I would say, but it's also because the lots are bigger. So because we had to make room for, or they had to, not we, I didn't work on the pack. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, they had to make room for like farms and such, so we needed bigger lots. But I'm kind of expecting it to be like a medium-sized world in a way, so we'll see though. It looks super cute. I'm a little bit worried about the style, but it'll be something new to explore. We'll have a lot of fun with it, and I'm hoping to be able to stream it as well when we're building, so we'll see, but I don't really know yet. But anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter as always though. Wedding venues have never really been my thing, but I'm willing to build a couple for you guys if you want me to. I'm willing to do it for you, just so you know. But we're probably going to focus more on houses because that's just, yeah, no, it's just how it is. So anyway, we're working on the plant shop downstairs now, and I had a lot of fun with this. I was having a few issues with the color scheme, but I kind of just, in the end, I basically told chat that, you know what, we're gonna have to go with something because otherwise I'm gonna be stuck on this for like an hour, and I didn't want to be stuck on it for an hour. The thing was that I felt like I couldn't really make it look Japanese, and we're still building in, sorry, I just knocked on the table or something. But anyway, we're still building in Mt Komorebi, so I did want it to have like a Japanese vibe to it. I just didn't really have the right furniture to do that without, because I still wanted it to be rustic, because that's just kind of the vision I had for this plant shop. So it was kind of difficult. I couldn't really make it fit. So it doesn't really look that Japanese, but hopefully it's fine anyway. The cat cafe makes up for it, right? Hopefully it does. The cat cafe doesn't, like, other than it being a cat cafe, it really doesn't look that Japanese either. But then again, what looks Japanese? I don't really... Anyway, it's just that a lot of the stuff, a lot of the stuff that we have from Snow Escape have a very modern kind of vibe to it. So instead of traditional or some other kind of Japanese vibe, it just looks very modern and clean and geometrical, if you will. So I felt like it really didn't fit with the whole rustic vibe that I wanted to go for. But I ended up going for some of the couches and chairs, or just one of the couches, just one of them, from Paranormal Stuff Pack, and I really liked those chairs. They're not the most rustic either, but they kind of fit with the vibe anyway, and then the color scheme was an issue. But we figured it out. I ended up going for red and yellow, which I think is a good contrast to all the green in this I almost said apartment, but in this shop. Obviously it's a plant shop, so there's a lot of green. I kind of have these pictures of a plant shop that's nearby as well. I follow them on Twitter. I've never been to the shop, but I follow them on Twitter and I really want to go at some point. But they have like all the plants are so closely placed, or how do you say that? Like everything's just packed with plants that there's basically like this small path going through the store, as far as I can see in the pictures at least. So that's kind of what I wanted to create for, or recreate for the shop. So we have like a lot of plants, and it's not necessarily super organized or anything like that. It's just very densely packed with plants, essentially. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to go for. The shop looks really beautiful in the pictures, at least. Still, I've not gone. It's kind of like a shop slash cafe situation, and it's been hard to go because, you know, stuff. But yeah, maybe I'll talk myself into going soon. I think they're also only open from like Thursday to Sunday or something, so it has to fit with one of those days. I don't know, I'll figure it out, but anyway, it still looks super cute in the pictures, so I wanted to do something like it, and hopefully Grandma here can have some help with watering some of the plants, because I think some of the ones here on the wall are going to be a little bit hard to reach, but it's a good thing. Actually, I'm not sure that it's a good thing. I kind of wish that some of the plants in The Sims actually worked as plants do in real life, so that you do need to take care of them. Because essentially what they are right now is just plastic plants, and I just kind of want a sense of realism still when it comes to plants. Like, I want to not be able to place an actual plant in a hallway without windows, because then it's gonna not live for very long, you know? I want that sort of realism. I don't want the you have to water them a lot, because that will get annoying. Like hoovering a lot in The Sims gets annoying, I've heard. So I don't want that necessarily, except maybe like once every other week or something. But the sun aspect of it would be cool to have included in The Sims, but I don't know, there's a couple of things. I'm sure that some of you guys agree with me as well, that it would be a little bit fun to have like realistic plants in a way, at least for some of us. You could always just turn it off. I don't know. Could always just turn it off. Also, what does it matter to me? I don't really play the game anyway. It's just the thought that counts, you know? So as for the backyard situation here, just kept this super simple, but I wanted to fit in as many chairs as I could because there's not a lot of seating places indoors. And then other than that, we're just placing down a couple of trees just to make it a little bit more closed off, a little bit more cozy. And I think that is it. I also, yeah, exactly. I put some plants here at the front because I'd completely forgotten that. I was supposed to do that at the start of the video before we moved on to the apartment, but then I just forgot. So we're doing it now, but I think this is actually the last bit that we're doing. So basically just placing down a lot of plants. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. So anyway, I hope you all like this house. Now you can download it off the gallery and also off my Patreon. You can find links to both the gallery and also the tray files download in the description box down below, along with other info such as the name of the build, what it's called on the gallery, and also the price and how many bedrooms and all that stuff. All that information is always in the description box, but I do hope that you enjoy this house, that you like it. And other than that, I also hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
When I'm with you, can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn-out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, 'cause my heart starts racing when I'm with you. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops